Hi, and welcome to the Access Direct Opening Bell, your essential pre-market podcast. In just minutes, get key global updates, overnight trends, and market-moving factors that set the tone for the day. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just someone tracking the markets, this is your go-to briefing to stay ahead at all times. So let's dive straight in. Good morning on a Tuesday, and we will start with US stocks, which rallied sharply as investors prepared for a potential end to the longest shutdown in history. The S&P 500 closed 1.5% higher at 6,832, while the Nasdaq 100 rose 2.2% to snap a two-session drop. There are hopes that official data, which will start getting released once the shutdown ends, will show what private data has been showing, that some parts of the economy are slowing, and hence support an additional Fed rate cut next month. In related markets, the VIX fell 7.8%, the dollar index ended down for a fourth day, and the 10-year treasury yield finished higher. Meanwhile, bullion surged as much as 2.9% to trade above $4,115 an ounce as the attention turned to the Fed and what it will do next, while Brent finished above $64 a barrel as it awaited an update from the International Energy Agency later this week on global supplies. Speaking of the rupee, the currency finished the day at 88.70, down slightly from the previous close. On to domestic stocks, and the Nifty ended 82 points higher at 25,574, but could not hold on to its intraday gains from earlier. The India VIX rose 2.1%. Small caps and mid caps rose and did better than the Nifty. 6 stocks gained for every 5 that fell on the NSE 500. 9 of the 12 NSE sectors advanced, with IT stocks the best performers on the day as they rose 1.6%. Realty stocks were the laggards as they fell 0.3%. Infosys was the biggest gainer on the Nifty as it rose 2.5%, while Trent was the biggest loser as it fell 7.4%. Technically speaking, yesterday's close ended above the previous session's high, so that makes the Friday low of 25,318 a significant marker. The 25,744 to 25,900 area represents a pivotal upside hurdle from here, so it's important that bulls get past this zone sooner than later, ideally with last week's low intact. Elsewhere, provisional data showed that foreigners withdrew 4,115 crores yesterday. The month-to-date outflow is now over 5,700 crores. On to derivatives, and the Nifty's put-call ratio went from 0.93 to 0.99, while the Bank Nifty's stayed flat at 0.96. Put addition exceeded call addition again, and implied volatility rose nearly 50 basis points, which means that at least some investors bought downside protection. For options expiring today, resistance sits between 25,600 and 700, while support lies between 25,400 and 500. Elsewhere, 1% out-of-the-money calls rose more than similar distance puts, and that means vol traders turned confident of the rebound continuing. On to positioning, foreigners had a largely neutral stance for a second day. Proprietary traders went bearish and retail investors turned optimistic. Meanwhile, the index futures net short position of foreigners rose by yet another 4,000 contracts to 156,000 contracts as the mood continues to turn sour. Looking forward to the day, the GIFT Nifty opened 45 points up. Asian stocks were trading higher, while S&P futures were in the green slightly. Coming to stocks, HPCL and Tata Communications were at horizontal support, while Dr. Reddy's was at horizontal resistance. Elsewhere, ACC, Chola Holdings and JSW Steel were at trendline support, while India Mart, Reddington and KPR Mills were at trendline resistance. Speaking NSE 500 breadth, 43%, 44% and 58% of stocks were above their 50, 100 and 200-day moving averages. That wraps up the day's podcast. Please note that this podcast serves solely for informational purposes and should not be considered financial advice of any kind. For a comprehensive disclaimer, please visit our website. Thank you, and we will see you tomorrow at the same hour. Have a nice day.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.